referencing. Okay. We've done a lot of, the lecturers and academic staff have done a lot of training and have been exposed quite a lot to the AI situation. Okay. And the situation stays the same for students. Look, AI is there. As much as some people like to wish it away, it's not going to go away. And I know there's some academics that have a serious problem with AI, and I do too if students are cutting and pasting from AI into the assignments. AI, as I've said before, is the source like your textbook. Okay. So if you're busy with a concept and you need to understand more about this concept, you can pop the concept into AI. Okay, it'll give you an answer, and then you can paraphrase the answer, put it into your assignment, and reference it as you would reference any other website or source or academic source. Okay, that's the standpoint. That's I think I mentioned it last semester as well. We had one of the integrity officers came and gave a presentation to our full-time BMAD students. And in the one sentence, he says, we don't want you to use AI, but if you do. So you can see from that kind of statement that most academic institutions are not really on top of this in that sense, okay? Yes, I want you to use AI, but no, I don't want you to cut and paste, okay? I don't want English that would make King Charles blush when you are not a mother tongue English speaker. Okay. I never referred anybody because I didn't really have that feeling that there was any cheating, and cutting and pasting is cheating, to the integrity officer. I think, and I put my head on a block, that you guys all were quite responsible in the use of AI. The other thing with AI is you can't use that as the single source for your assignment. Okay, so you need to use your book, and you need to use 3 or 4 or 2 or 3 other sources, and AI would be one of those sources. That's basically how I look at things. Okay, other lecturers may look at it from a different point of view, but yeah. So how it's going to work again? Okay, I'm not going to do the whole presentation with you again because you all know about academic integrity. Okay, and this is stuff that has been loaded by ops and by the campus. Okay, just to say, familiarize yourself, II's intellectual integrity assessment policies, etc., etc. Okay. Then one thing that I put in there, I'll show you now. Okay. Don't know why that's there twice. There's my 2 documents that I've uploaded for you. That would have been under referencing resources. I've just put in a different presentation. It's the presentation that one of our integrity officers did to the BMAD groups on campus last semester. So it's a lot more valid and relevant than the one I had up there before. Okay, and there's your academic Bible, your study guide, your IIE referencing, Anglia, Harvard referencing guide. Okay. That, as I said in the first semester, that's your academic Bible. Okay. Now you can read through all the tabs. Okay, and you can look at the summary and things like that. And that basically is for now, it's the tabs that are there. Okay. And the 2 tabs that are probably the most important at the moment is Task 1, the Duga exercise, and the Duga resources, which was a little bit further down. I struggle there, do the resources. But as I said, I'll reposition it closer to the other tab of the ICE task. Okay. Let's stop sharing. Just get back to my slide. No, not that one. Not sure why I did that. Sorry, I'm a bit lost at the moment. Cancel. Oh, there we go. Browse my computer. Helps if you click on the right thing. Supposed to upload it. Oh. Gosh, guys, sorry, it's it's been a while since we've done the collab, so I'm might be a little bit rusty. Share. No, it's not bringing it up. Why would it be doing that? Okay, let me try another one. Okay, I'm going to then go to share my screen. There we go. Okay, so we've had a look at almost everything on the iStars, on the agenda. Okay. I'm just wondering. Ooh, doesn't switch pages. Oh, there we go. Okay, the assessment policy hasn't changed at all. Okay, most of our assignments, or all of our assignments have to be submitted by 2359 on your submission date. Okay. If I get a flag on your submission on my profile that it's late, then you get minus 15%. Okay. So if it's a Monday night and you submit it and it's late, you submit it into the early hours of Tuesday morning or later, you get minus 15. Okay. At 23:59 on a Tuesday night, okay, that's when the second deadline ends. If you submit it after that, then unfortunately, as you know, you get 0. Okay. And then you have to go through the whole student hub thing to try and get a reprieve. Okay. And after the second deadline, excuse me, it's still naught. Okay. And like I said, the PAS is your document, that it's your guideline to your submission dates. And if it changes, then we will try and deal with it as it changes. All right. Then we've got the good old slide that I always have as far as time management is concerned. Okay, and I'm not going to go through the slide. I'm just going to repeat what I repeated in the first semester, and I must have sounded like... And it's something that also came up in the discussions that we've been having, so many discussions about. They flagged the high certificate across all programs as high risk. Okay. So there's a lot of interventions, and that's going to come from all sides, from all your modules. Okay. And it's also going to mean, and it's something I said last year, that you guys get bombed with information. Guess what? You're going to get more information. I'm sorry about that, but that's they're trying to rectify or stop the rot, if you want to put it. Because I mean, I had in this group, I'm not joking, I had 51 students in the beginning of the semester. I think the first submission was about 38. So there's already 12 disappeared. The second submission, I had about 34. And I think 31 or 32 wrote the final exam. So you can see there that, and the only reason why that happens is because of time management. Or not time management so much, but lack of time. Students don't understand the significance of that schedule that I've uploaded. It's not the Holy Grail, and it's not the silver bullet, as they say. If you stick to it, doesn't mean you're really actually going to pass, because you still got to do the work. But you need to understand that you don't start an assignment 2 nights before. Okay. You need to understand that I need to use in an assignment, I need to use multiple sources when I'm researching. Okay. You need to understand that you must make time to do your ICE tasks. And somehow I know I'm preaching to a lot of the choir, yeah, that people who've always online and in the collabs, always on time with everything and things like that. But please remember that some people that are distant and they haven't, and they got pushed for time, they're probably going to listen to the recording, hopefully. And that's when I speak to those people. Okay. Again, if you need help with anything, raise it with me early in the semester. You know the powers and authority that I have. It's like I had the BMAD, the new group of BMAD5112s last night, and the one student said to me, "Sir, I live very far away. Can I do all my work online?" So I said, "But that's why you do distance education." I said, "Fortunately, we have Duga now, and you are going to have to, you can stay at home and do all your assessments." Fortunately, but if, say, we didn't have Duga, I wouldn't be able to help him at all. He'd have to go back and be Emira's assistant. They would have to try and help him out somewhere along the line, etc., etc. Okay. So that your time is your time. Okay. You need to understand, okay, that you need to have a schedule. Okay. You need to know, and I'm preaching to the choir again, that when you study distance, you are sacrificing some of your time to study. So where are you going to fit it in? Because you've got a busy day at work. If you're married and you've got a family, you still need a bit of a social life, those kinds of things. Where does this fit in? And you must decide again, like you did last semester, how am I going to fit this into my busy program? And this is crucial, guys. I mean, it's something that was highlighted over and over again by all lecturers on all modules, on all high certificates and BComs and degrees, that students struggle with time. Okay. And if you struggle with time and English is not your first language, guess what? You then tend to to do the submission. People then tend to misuse things like AI and things to get their work done. Okay. It's not that people are natural cheats or anything like that. It's just necessity is the mother of invention, if you want to put it that way. And yeah, that's basically, it's a little bit of a BMAD5121 continuation in the sense of the principles of practice. Okay. The principles of practice don't differ at all in any module. Doesn't matter what you're studying. There's a thing called time, and if you can't manage it properly, I promise you, you're either going to do very badly or you're not going to do it at all. Okay. And it's a horrible thing, especially if you've registered and you've got good intentions and, everything is, you're going to do it. And then all of a sudden life happens and something starts eating at your time and that kind of thing. Okay, so you know that I cannot give you extension on any submission times. You know, an ICE task here and there, you know, yes, we can, like we did last semester. The Duga ones now may be a little bit different because the one I need by the 7th of August to be able to analyze and collate all the information. But the second one, if you don't go in when the time's given to you, then you won't be able to. It's like Duga. If you don't go in when it's exam time and everybody's writing that exam, you can't write it then. Okay, so even that part of the exercise is a reality. Okay. And I know it may trip a lot of people up because there's quite a few people that don't manage their time properly. So if you're having a problem or you think, please go in. You don't have to use the exact planner that I've posted on ARC. You can adapt it to your own need. But don't do the good intention part of it, okay? Don't say, oh, well, you know, be a bit like our government have got such wonderful plans in life, but they never execute it. Okay. But like I say, I think I'm preaching to the choir. Right. Guys, any questions from your side? Okay, let me just see. Will the ICE task appear on Duga or will there be a code? As far as the creating the ICE task on Duga, there's obviously going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot of pre-discussion about how it will perform. But I can promise you that it's going to be designed to work as close as possible to your exam type situation. Except obviously now you're not going to have the invigilator and things like that. Okay. You don't need an invigilator because you can use you're not writing an exam there. You'll be able to use your textbook and your resources and things like that. We still have to decide on the mechanics of the thing. How long are you going to be able to complete it? Are they going to give you 2 days? Are they going to give you 5 hours? All that kind of thing. So please stand by as we go along for more instructions. Okay. And I promise you, I will make it as clear as possible. Okay. Let me just finish that message. There is no events on the website for me, though I'm signed in. Are you talking about Duga, Aaron? Because there won't be anything now. They haven't started designing that. Why it's going to be in the latter part is that they've only just decided that they have to actually modify Duga to be able to do this. Okay. So they need a couple of weeks to do the whole. That's why I can't give you concrete answers now as far as, yes, it can happen like this and give you so much time and etc. etc. Okay. The one that's on there now, you just treat it as a normal ICE task. Okay. It's just not a content. It doesn't cover any content of your curriculum. It's just an exercise in Duga. In the sense, and I'm probably focusing more on sentence construction and stuff like that. Okay. So yeah, it's just let's get used to Duga kind of thing. Okay. Okay, you're trying to get it done ASAP because I'm away on honeymoon. Oh well, congratulations. Okay. Now that's some things more important than Duga, I promise you. Okay. All right, guys, that's me for tonight. As usual, I will post these on the BMAD and I will put I'll put the YouTube link on announcements. I'll probably send it in the email and I will put it on ARC under recordings. All right, any questions? Okay, that was good. Thanks for attending, and I look forward to seeing you through to the final exam. All right. You have a lovely evening too. Okay. You're welcome. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to think I did stop the recording, or is it, and it's still recording. I'm going to stop the recording and then I'm going to sign out. Okay, guys, enjoy your evening. Chat soon, and I will be in contact. And